Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacklet Educational Channel. So this is the time to reveal the results for the quiz contest which was conducted on 19th of July 2021. Yes, this environmental science quiz is conducted every week on Monday on this platform to prepare ourselves for the environmental science entrances and to know something about our environment. So there are many interesting things which we are going to discuss in this video. So let's start today's video. So if you are new and you want to participate in this quiz contest, then you can go through all these rules by pausing the video. And yes, you can be also the top performer of the month if you perform well throughout the month. So let's discuss the questions first. The first question was, which of the following animals is a living fossil? And the options were lemurus, ginkgo, dinosaurs, both A and B or none of the above. So many of the students were confused and the correct option will be only option number A, lemurus. So lemurus means horseshoe crab. As you can see in this picture, this is the picture of horseshoe crab which is known as living fossil. So it was asking only animals, so that will be horseshoe crab. And yes, the ginkgo plant, that is ginkgo biloba, this tree is also called as the living fossil, but it is a plant, so it is not an animal, so it will not be considered in this question. It is also known as the maiden hair tree, that is ginkgo biloba. So now let's know what is this living fossil. So a living fossil होता क्या है? Living fossils are those organisms that has remained essentially unchanged from earlier geological times and whose close relatives are usually extinct. So those organisms or those animals or plants which have remained unchanged, so they are similar to what they were in the previous geological times and their close relatives. For example, we can say the close relatives of chimpanzees are monkeys, gorillas, but the close relatives of this horseshoe crab and this ginkgo plant, ginkgo tree, are not present here, so they are usually extinct. So those things will be called as living fossil. So fossil are actually the dead remain, but here living fossil means organisms which have remained unchanged from the earlier geological times and their close relatives are extinct. Let's move to the next question. The next question was, the concept of ecological pyramid was first introduced by which of the following scientists? So here the correct option will be option number B. Yes, Charles Elton, he described the ecological pyramid, and as you can see on your screen, this is the picture of the ecological pyramid. So why this base is wider in shape? Because in base means producers are present. So those who produce the energy taking from the sun, they are called as producer. They are the plants, blue green algae, and the above tier, that is the above tropic level, are occupied by the primary consumer. So those are herbivores, and then the above one are the secondary consumer, which are the carnivores, and then again the top tier, that is the tropic level, top tropic level, is consumed by the tertiary consumer. So they are having the place in the tertiary consumer. So these are three types of ecological pyramids. They are pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, and pyramid of energy. So these are very important. If you want to know, I'll provide the link in the I button. You can check the link. Let's move to the third question. The third question was, as per the Bureau of Indian Standards, that is IS 10500/2012, the maximum acceptable limit of turbidity in nephelometric turbidity unit. So this is the unit to calculate the turbidity for drinking water is how much? So here the correct option will be option number B. 1 is the acceptable limit, that is maximum in the NTU unit for the turbidity of drinking water. So it is important. Let's move to the next slide to know these things. So these are the BIS limit for the drinking water. These are the physical parameters and organoleptic characteristics. So here as you can see, the color that is measured in Hazen units for the drinking water, it should be of 5 level, that is the 5 color units of Hazen units in the acceptable limit. So what is the acceptable limit and permissible limit? So permissible limit are those limit where the water is not having any alternate source. So absence of alternate source, the place where there is only one kind of water available, one source is available, there we can go for the permissible limit, that is 15 for the color, that is Hazen units. Similarly, for the pH value, the acceptable limit is from 6.5 to 8.5, and in permissible limit also that should be the same value, that is 6.5 to 8.5. There is no relaxation in the case of pH value, there is no relaxation given. Similarly, for the turbidity, that is NTU, which was discussed in the question, maximum the acceptable limit is 1 and the permissible limit is 5. And total dissolved solids in milligram per liter in the drinking water as per the Bureau of Indian Standards, it is 500 milligram per liter maximum and 2000 milligram per liter in case of absence of any alternate water source. So here the chemical parameters and other toxic parameters are also very important for the examination purpose. I will put the table for all these BIS standards in the Telegram group. You can check it from there. Let's move to the next question. The next question was the question number 4, in which it was asking the dash to the Montreal Protocol is an international agreement to gradually reduce the consumption and production of the hydrofluorocarbons. And here the correct option will be option number B. Yes, Kigali Amendment was made in the year 2016. You should note down, these are very important. This was signed in the year 2016 in Kigali in the country of Rwanda, where it was signed through the Montreal Protocol to reduce it for the hydrofluorocarbons. And you should also know Montreal Protocol was signed in the year 1987. It is also important to reduce the consumption and production of CFCs that are harming the ozone layer in our stratosphere. CFC को बैन करने के लिए 1987 में Montreal Protocol इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था to reduce the consumption and production of CFCs. Let's move to the fifth question. The fifth question was, which of the following statements are correct regarding the environmental impact assessment, that is EIA? So read the statements, then I will reveal the answer. And here the correct option will be option number C. Yes, all these three statements are correct with respect to EIA. So let us read that. So it is a process, that EIA is a process which is used to assess the environmental consequences of any project. Next, the thing is, it is a regulatory process which was originated in United States. Third thing is, in India it is a statutorily body that is backed by the Environment Protection Act of 1986. So these three are important. Note down all these things. Let's move to the sixth question. The sixth question is coming up on your screen. The sixth question was, the International Tiger Day is observed every year on which of the following dates to raise the awareness for the tiger conservation? And here the correct option will be, it is celebrated every year on July 29th. So this picture I have given here because pictures are very much powerful, because in our memory, if you will recall sometime that yes, tiger picture was given and the date was July 29th, that means it was the International Tiger Day. Let's move to the next question. The next question was to find the incorrect match of the disease with its responsible element. So it was written incorrect match we have to find. So here the incorrect match will be option number C. Yes, first let us see what are the correct match. So cadmium, that is CD poisoning, causes itai disease, and it is also known as the ouch disease. Similarly, mercury poisoning in our body causes Minamata disease, and arsenic poisoning causes black foot disease in our body. But this mercury doesn't cause the bone disease. It is a neurological disorder, neurological disease. So this will be the incorrect match. So option C will be correct option. Let's move to the eighth question. Eighth question was, Anuradha Soni is well known for her work in which of the following fields? So here for most of you it will be a new question. First time you will be hearing this one. And here the correct option will be option number B. Yes, she was well known for fighting for the animal rights, and she was the chief functionary and head of the Indian operations of People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, that is PETA, which is fighting for the rights of and treatment for the animals, that is PETA. So she was the chief functionary and head of that institution. Let's move to the ninth question. The ninth question was, the PAO's that are polyphosphate accumulating organisms are used for which of the following process? And here the correct option will be option number C. Yes, this polyphosphate accumulating organism are known to remove the phosphorus from the wastewater. So phosphorus is dangerous when we are consuming through the water in higher quantities. So they accumulate on their body by removing from the wastewater. And we should also know how this works. These PAOs, that is polyphosphate accumulating organism, they work through a specific mechanism which is called as EBPR. So that mechanism full form is enhanced biological phosphorus removal mechanism. You should note down enhanced biological phosphorus removal mechanism through which they remove the phosphorus from wastewater. Let's move to the 10th question. The 10th question was a very simple statistics. The question was for a given set of data 5, 8, 12, 15 and 20, the comparison of geometric, harmonic and arithmetic mean will be what? And here without letting you can tell if your concept is clear. So option number A will be correct, because in every situation harmonic mean will be the least, followed by the geometric mean, then the maximum mean will be having the arithmetic mean value. So if you want to know how to find these things, very simple. I'll provide the link for the statistics basics in the I button. So now it's time to reveal the results for the quiz contest. So Rakhi Tyagi and Jyoti have secured 9 out of 10 marks. So they are the top performer for this week's quiz contest. Congratulations to both of you. And other participants who have also done well are Khadija Samreen, Deepali, Alka Jain, Payal Kundu, Akshay Bharadwaj, Diksha Pandey, Sohavani, Geeta Sharma, Joel, Vishwas Gowda and Taskin Khan. So congratulations to all of you and keep up the good work. So these marks doesn't matter. What is important is the thing which you have learned from this video. So see you guys in our next video. Till then, keep smiling and believe in yourself.